Hey guys, so I am supposed to be writing a paper, but I'm clearly distracted. I have until 2 a.m. to turn it in, so I think I'll be okay. Um, where do we start? This has been a really rough week for me, and if I'm being completely honest, the month of May has been shitty. There have been its bright spots. We wake up every morning. We're still here. Everything is great and jolly in that aspect. But on the personal side, it has been a roller coaster, and it's just like there are more dips and drops than anything, and it's so very hard. I know maybe like a week or so ago, I talked about my dad being in the hospital or what have you, and he was home, and things were supposed to be great, but they weren't. It turns out that he was discharged and was pretty much misdiagnosed. So from the time that he got home from the hospital, he had been having many heart attacks, and we didn't know. So it just felt like, and like when they were occurring, like it could have been something that was happening all day, right? But he sleeps during the day when we're awake, and like I have to be awake because I have to work throughout the day. I have work and I have school. So when he goes through his fits, it's in the middle of the night, and it's very bothersome. And this is before we knew what was going on. We just thought he was just, I don't know, whether we thought it was an anxiety attack, whether we thought it was him just seeking attention. Like my dad is a person who cries wolf so often, so we didn't really know what it was. But like they came and took him again for the hospital, and we didn't know what we were doing. Like the hospital had discharged him a week prior, and it was like there's nothing wrong with him. He's great. He's fine. But there was something wrong, and he told my mom, it feels like I'm having a heart attack, and we like, again, boy who cries wolf. He's probably not having a heart attack. He's probably just over exaggerating. But he guided us to call, EMS. Turns out he was having many heart attacks. Um, it's been really rough on my mom. Like they have a very tumultuous. Ah, gosh, I can't pronounce that word. They don't have the best relationship. We don't have the best relationship with my dad, and knowing what we know now, because it's like it's a very dysfunctional relationship that we all have with him, but it's a very loving in our kind of way relationship that we have with him. So knowing that it's not great, knowing that it's not great, it's been really taxing and really stressing on all of us, like especially my mom. And to hurt from my dad and to hurt from my mom knowing what she's going through, it has been so much. It has been so much. Like I have been through every emotion this week. Like I hate to cry. You guys know I hate to cry. It takes me so long to recover from crying. But I found myself crying multiple times this week, and I feel like I'm getting choked up now because despite everything that we have going on, I really do love my dad. And I don't want him to die like this. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's really scary. It is really emotional. And I'm trying so hard to be strong for my mom because I know my mom is going through so much. But I also know that she needs to break down, and I don't know how to handle that. But it's been really rough. And then like aside from him, my mom is like my mom. I've expressed this in the past. Like my mom is the mother hen. My mom takes care of the whole fucking family. So like aside from my dad, like my uncle is in the hospital for other health reasons, and he signed a DNR, and it's just like he's just so tired of fighting, and it's just like I know that them being set free of their pain is probably the best outlet, and it's probably what's best for them. Like they live relatively long lives for who they are and what they've been through, but it just hurts so bad to see like them giving up. And it's just like you can't go through a full day without some type of negative news or like some sadness. So like just when you think you can be happy, bam, there's like more discrepancies and there's more issues, and it's just so much. It's so much for them. It's so much for my dad and uncle. It's so much for the family. It's so much for my mom. And to hear my mom be so sad and down is so heartbreaking. And I really don't want to cry, and I can't help but to cry when talking about it. It's just like, what do you do? I wanted for so long for somebody to like see me and hear me and like just be my person, like I feel like my mom always had my dad, and like my sister has my brother-in-law, and my niece and nephew have their friends and everything, and I just always felt so alone, and like I never had a person, and I just finally realized like I have my family and they legit see me and feel me, and it's just like it's just been such an overwhelming week. And then on top of that, there's school and work, and like, yo, what do you do? All you can do is hope for the best and accept things as they are, and just put your faith in God, and just know that whatever is meant to be will be. It's been a really hard week, guys. I'm hoping that this week brings better news.